We're dealing with, right now, we're on the drive live with producer-director Jay Hamburger, artistic director of Theatre in the Raw, as well as Serge Saika, who is one of the main cast members of You Are What You Eat, played by Patrick Foley, that is going to be part of Theatre in the Raw's Rolling Stock tour that's going all the way to Winnipeg and back, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first of all, welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you, Stephen.
I just wanted to ask Jay, as far as this play goes, why did you choose this play?
You Are What You Eat.
Yeah, You Are What You Eat.
You Are What You Eat is one of three plays. We're doing three one-acts. One is by Larry Trask, called To the Queen, the Saskatchewan playwright, and the other two are by Vancouver playwrights. One, You Are What You Eat by Patrick Foley, is just a wonderful, humorous, and yet poignant piece. It's about an elderly gentleman who wants his regular seat back at a regular cafeteria in the downtown east side. And he finds a stranger sitting there, and he very much would like to remove him, not only from the table, but probably from the restaurant. But they get into talking about meat, eating meat, and what you eat, what you put in your body. They also talk about getting old, not hearing well, Alzheimer's. They also talk about encroachment, taking up one's space. And in the end, it's quite a surprise how Jamie, the main character, removes Ron from the restaurant. We won't give that part away. But Serge is playing the other main role. It's really a two main role play, but there's Rosa, the waitress, who they're somewhat fighting over. So there's that added subtext there.
That's great.
But it's a play that we've been doing for years now. And I'm still rehearsing it, and I'm still giggling, I'm still laughing, it's beautifully written, I think, very simply. And it came out of the downtown east side. It literally came off the third floor of the Carnegie Community Center building out there, part of the downtown east side, Main and Hastings. So it has a very long, and I think very proud track record. And we've done it more than any other one act we've ever done, I think. By the end of the tour, we'll have done it 20, 25 times, which is quite a bit for a one act, to be honest.
And Serge, you're kind of the straight guy in this.
Sure, yeah. There are three characters in the play: the two men and the waitress Rosa. The other man, played by Roger Howie, is an older gentleman, and he's very animated. He does most of the talking. My character, Ron, just basically sitting in his chair, and he just wants to peacefully eat his soup and drink his coffee and mind his own business. Most of my lines, fortunately, are not very long. I just have a few mms and yeses and right. But as Jay said, it is a good play in the interaction between the two characters, because it does deal with a lot of issues. A lot of things do get talked about. One of the things you didn't mention was poverty, and encroachment and diet and meat eating, and the treatment of animals, the humane and inhumane treatment of animals by the food industry. So it is a very socially conscious play, but at the same time, it's very lighthearted, very enjoyable. It goes by really quickly. I think it runs about half an hour, and I think there are a lot of laughs in the play as well, and it's very accessible to a sort of a general audience. So I think it's a good show to take on the road, because just about anybody can watch it and enjoy it and have a good time.
When you talk about things like diet and meat and stuff like that, you're headed right into the cattle country, kind of. You're headed to the breadbasket of the country. Is that are you maybe looking for a bit of a fight while you're there?
Well, that's an interesting thing you bring up. I don't think we're really looking for a fight. And like any good play, it presents arguments for both sides. So, one of the characters is dead against, eating meat of any kind because of the treatment of animals, and he feels that animals shouldn't suffer through that. But the other character is a meat cutter by trade, so this is what he does. So obviously, from his perspective, it's a perfectly legitimate and honorable thing to be doing. So the play does cover that.
Okay. But I think that's a good question. I mean, Katie Lang comes from Alberta, and I think there was something went on where she sort of took a stand against the cattle growers or whatever, And she survived. She survived. I mean, you know, they wanted to string her up, sure, but she survived. We'll survive it. I mean, without challenging theater, without challenging something, is you know. I mean, it's interesting theater. You know, theater should challenge in one way or another. You know, it should challenge something, for God's sakes, and get people stirring. It means you're on. I think you're on the right track.
We also challenge it in a very light-hearted way. So I think when Jamie, the other character, says, "Oh, I don't eat meat. We should never eat meat," I think rather than be offended, I think most audience members that are meat eaters would probably get a chuckle out of it, rather than be offended.
And the other two plays, Hot Box, is literally comes right out of the whole environmental movement in Clackwood. I mean, it literally was inspired by that. Talks about it. The main character is a woman, a feminist, who is trying to survive on her own by running an art gallery, and she's consistently through the play, totally, you know, the door knocks. 3 people in the course of the play come in and try to, not intentionally, but derail her concentration, which is to hang an art show of artwork about environmental issues. But first, it's a pizza pie guy trying to deliver the pizza pie to the wrong address. Then it's a census taker, and finally, and Serge is playing that role. It's a former lover. So, but the issue of the environment, I mean, it's a very important issue for Canada. I mean, Canada has been taking the lead with Greenpeace and many other environmental issues. It should be taking the lead in the world. So, you know, it's kind of home-brewed stuff. You know, I'm not saying we should take it for granted it's coming from Canada, but it makes sense to have an environmental play come from here. It's saying something about, you know, preserving trees. And the other play, You Are What You Eat, Larry Trask, Saskatchewan playwright.
To the Queen.
To the Queen. To the Queen. By Larry Trask, which is a short one act. And Serge is playing, well, Serge will tell you, but it's 2 old guys in a park who won't move. They want to play their chess as November's rolling in, and the park person wants to create a hockey rink right where they're playing, and they don't move, and there's a sort of surprise ending, but Serge can explain to you that.
Yeah, well, 2 old guys that get together every week and play chess. It's a regular thing that they do, and this is the last chess game of the year.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the park authorities have decided to put the hockey rink in earlier than expected. So now there's a conflict between the hockey rink being built right where they're playing chess. And yeah, so you have another question of encroachment, you have another question of age, because both of these characters are older. And hockey, so it's very Canadian that way too. And it's conflict and encroachment and fighting, but it's also, again, very lighthearted and very accessible to all audiences.
Yeah.
And the resolution, you'll have to see who wins.
Right.
But it's philosophical too. The characters are not talking about, you know, bunny rabbits or you know, birthday parties. I mean, they're talking about issues that we may not necessarily want to think about all the time, but they're issues of today, and issues of economics, issues of socialism, issues of capitalism, issues of growing old, and time passing.
Yeah, they talk about politics and religion, all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, that's great. So this is happening now. This tour is starting in May.
It's actually starting. It starts in very early May at a festival in White Rock. We only do 1 performance, but the real start of it is in Vancouver on May the 20th. And remarkably enough, the PAL Lodge, which was created, I think, to subsidize performers,
Right.
give them housing subsidies. I mean, they have to pay rent, but I think it helps a lot. Beautiful, beautiful location in Cole Harbor, right down in Cadero, and just a lovely, lovely space.
And other places that you touch along the way?
Oh yeah, well, you're, I think, coming with us.
Okay.
But no, we head right out on the 25th. We pack up we finish our performance at 24th.
Yeah.
And then we head right out on the 25th for Regina, and the real goal being Winnipeg.
And then you go back towards...
And then we head back and do a show in Saskatoon and 3 shows in Edmonton and a couple of shows in Calgary.
Great. And all that information will be on the Theatre in the Raw website, which is?
theatereintheraw.ch, and that's Theatre.
All right, the Canadian spelling, the British spelling.
Yes.
All right, well, we've been talking with Jay Hamburger and Serge Saika here on the drive for their show, the Rolling Stock Theatre Company, 3 plays going all over Western Canada.
Rolling Stock Theatre. Rolling Stock Prairie Theatre Tour.
There you go. There you go.
It's a big raw step.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks, Steve.